Hello and welcome to this textualhealing.com video tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to show you how to create a transparent graphic overlay for your video edit. So in other words, a title or something similar that goes over top of the video in your video edit. This tutorial is more for people that are using something like Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro. It's not really for beginners working in iMovie and Windows Movie Maker because you just don't have as many options to work with in those programs. So let's stick with the more advanced programs for this. If you've ever edited a video, you'll know, and let's just go into Final Cut here. You'll know that sometimes when you bring in a graphic element that you want to be over top of something, first of all, sometimes, it doesn't have the proper, it's not a PNG or it's not a transparent layer, so it doesn't have the proper settings so that you don't get that transparent background in it. And sometimes you'll run into other issues where, the image gets stretched, the dimensions are weird, it looks way too stretched out size-wise, so you're not getting that nice crisp looking graphic that you want. I've run into this a number of times and I just don't deal with it anymore. I just do it right from the beginning, get it over with, and I know that when I import it into my video editing software, it's going to be right. So let's just go ahead and get started here. This is just a 1080 sequence that I have, and this is just a clip that I have. So over top of this clip, we shot this clip, by the way, and I think it looks pretty cool. Over top of this clip, in this corner, I'm just going to put a graphic. We didn't do that in the actual video, but just for these demo purposes, we're going to put a graphic over here, okay? So what we're going to do is go into Photoshop to do that. So let's open up your Photoshop and go to File, New. And in here, you want to make sure that you set this properly to begin with. You want your canvas to be all right and ready to go. So we're going to hit Film and Video. And you'll notice I had these settings from a previous, but just to start, we'll go to Film and Video, and you might have different settings in here that change. And we're going to stick with RGB. We're going to flip this to transparent, and this will all allow us to have a nice blank HD canvas, which is perfect. So let's hit OK, and you'll see that these rulers pop up, which is awesome because that's our title safe rulers. And let's just try to stay within this. I mean, if this is going to go to YouTube or online, you really don't have to worry about that. There's title safe is much less of an issue with the HD situation we have going on now. But just to be broadcast safe, we can keep within these title safe boundaries. And now we have this nice blank canvas. And no matter what, we're going to save this as this full blank canvas. Even if we put a little bit of text, say over here, we're just going to keep it as a nice 1920 by 1080 canvas. But we'll deal with that when we export this. For now, what I'm going to do is, because this video, I know it's black back here, I'm just going to go in and put make a new layer and make it black. I could use the paint bucket tool actually for this, or you can just use the rectangle tool. But let's flip to black here and just hit black, and now we have this nice blank black canvas to work with, so I know what the text will look like over my video, right? So now let's create a text layer, and we're going to flip this to white, and we're just going to create a nice text layer that says demo content. And awesome. I'm not going to go over how to, you guys can look at a different video to see how to change the font and all that stuff. Let's just stick with the default font here. This looks fine to me, and we're not going to play around too much. So now we have this demo content in the corner here. And I think that might actually creep into his head. So we might have to actually change this around a little bit. And I have this set as to the default settings, but normally I always obviously have this tweaked a little bit so it's a little bit easier for me to work with, but for now we're in default settings. Let's just change it to not something stupid like that. So yeah, I just, for tutorial purposes, I always have default settings, and sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to organize things. Anyway, so we have this demo content, and this could be, like someone's name that pops up, a lower third or a top third, whatever you want to call it. Still call it lower thirds, even if it's in the top. It's kind of stupid, but anyway, and I think this is good for now. So let's just see what this looks like. We're going to go to Save As, and here we want to hit PNG. Now that'll allow us to, hold on, you don't want to do that yet. First of all, first things first, we have to remember to uncheck our background, right? Because otherwise the black will show up, and we don't want that. So now let's go to Save As and PNG. And PNG, if for those of you who don't know, will give you a transparent background. So let's save this as 1080 demo, and let's save it in Textual Healing Scratch. Save, no compression, save. Okay, so now we've got our title, and as I explained earlier, it is in the 1080 HD canvas. We didn't, we didn't take our title and then go like this and crop it, and then now we have this small title. We didn't do that because, like I said, I just like keeping everything. We could do that, it would be fine, but I like keeping everything as a 1080 document or canvas so that it just, you don't have to, I guarantee you when you drag it in, it's not going to stretch, and it's not going to try to conform to any sort of sequence settings that you have. It's just going to be right automatically when you drag it in. So let's undo that. So I'm going to import that, and Textual Healing Scratch, 1080 demo, choose. Okay, so now I've got my 1080 demo title right here, and let's drag this over top, and obviously this is going to be different for different editing software. And there we go. So that is actually perfect for me. That's exactly what I wanted, where I wanted it to be. It didn't get stretched. You'll notice the dimensions are all proper. It looks nice and crisp, and we can always even, I would never suggest resizing it in hit image and wireframe here. I wouldn't suggest resizing this to be bigger because you're going to lose some quality, but you could always shrink it down and drag it wherever you want, and you're good. So it's very simple. That's how you make sure that everything is maintaining its proper aspect ratio and everything, and you're never really going to run into any issues of stretching or anything like that, so long as in Photoshop you keep this 1920 by 1080 canvas size, and you should be good anytime you want to drag that into a video edit. So that is it for this video tutorial by textualhealing.com. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit with your video edit and your next video edit, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.